When the big ambition and the goal is to win an Olympic gold medal and the World Championship title in Kona, and sort of doing both of those things in 1 year, and I'm ending up with I think it was a 12th place, 13 maybe, in Paris. Yeah, at least like well off, and as well 35th I think in Kona, 1 hour or so behind Patrick Lange, and yeah, struggling big time. Then I would say it was a failure. So yeah, I don't want to trick myself and say that yeah, but I won Frankfurt. Like, that wasn't a big goal for the year. We maybe felt that we weren't having the progress we wanted to, and then I think as well, like, if we wanted to have another 5 or 10 years at the top of the sport, we needed to do a change. And then I think I did my final decision when I was shuffling there on Queen K, at yeah, struggling to get through on the run there. Then it was a lot of time to reflect and make the decision. In one way, you're just like reflecting over everything I've done, but also I had Kona a few months later that I was sort of using as a way to sort of forget Paris a little bit and move on. And then after that I had like 5 weeks off where I didn't really do any training. It was my longest off-season basically in my career, so really use those 5 weeks to reflect, to think about everything that I thought went wrong, and also try to make like a new plan of how I can bounce back. You often work together throughout an Olympic cycle, and then after that you sort of come together again and you sort of reflect and try to figure out what's the future looking like. And I felt a bigger need to take more responsibility of my own training after those 2 races. So this is the first year where both me and Gustav and Kasper as well is self-coached. So we are making up the program ourselves, and the structure and the training plans. A lot of it is based on both how we trained with Olav and everything we learned from Olav Alexander, and also through Arild. We've all 3 of us have been coached by the 2 of them over maybe close to 15 years time frame, so learned a lot from them, and then we try to use a lot of that together with our own experience to find a program that's working. At this time of the block it's normally a lot of extensive threshold work anyways, so the bigger change will maybe be when we get to Nice, and there the power in the climb will naturally be higher than the power on the flat sections. So it's more like the very last 3 weeks of training will be a little bit different, I can imagine. But again, like the run that we will have in Nice is very typical, like the race we did in Texas and Frankfurt. It's a flat one. It's a run course where you probably will have to do like 3:30 pace in the beginning and just try to find that rhythm and be comfortable there. Or at least I have to do 3:30 pace.
Do you think people expect you to win?
Yeah, I do think a lot of people expect me to win, and I expect myself to win. Like that's the goal. That's what we're training for. But of course, it's the one day everyone wants to win, so everyone is bringing out their best. People also probably a little bit more willing to risk it. Early in the season is maybe people might be more keen to just get that qualification done, and then if they got the qualification done, they might risk it a little bit more in the next one. But in a World Championship, a lot of people they just try to hang on as long as possible and then try to put their fingerprint on the race.
Jeg brukte den.
Can you give me that pillow?
Ja.
Pillow.
Han tok i nettopp min, da gidder ikke jeg å hjelpe han, han bare stjeler.
Den er jo der.
Ja, men bare på hodet mitt.
Nå må ikke vi begynne å krangle over en pute. Det er en pute, gutter. Det er en pute.
Det er en pute. Vi kan ikke våge å ta det her. Det er jo det. Excuse me. He just stole my pillow, so I don't want to talk about him, actually. I was using this pillow and just came and took it, so yeah, that was super disrespectful. And this was like a pillow I needed to stretch. He's doing well. He is stressed a little bit about the biking before Nice, but he's just playing it up for the camera, you know. He is saying, "Oh, struggling so much on the bike," and then his heart rate is like 20 lower than mine. So, yeah.
How do you know that?
I look at him. So, yeah. He's trying to lessen his pressure on himself before the World Championship. But I see straight through it, so it's okay. We all have our things, okay? So someone tries to hype themselves up and say, yeah, I'm gonna win it. Someone says like, I'm struggling on the bike. And then you're just like me and just say it how it is. And how it is that I'm gonna bring my lucky hat, and the hat will bring me to victory.
See that? Now take it out. I think the reason why we want to do it on our all itself rather than finding a new coach is because like I felt that I've been working with the best coaches that's out there, and it wasn't the coach that I felt like didn't perform. It was more like I felt that I knew that if I went into a new training group and a new coaching environment, I would probably be feeling the need to take all of the decisions myself still. So I felt that I wanted to take that sort of role of controlling my training more. And like I think also one of the key factors for my success over the last 10-15 years has been Gustav and Kasper, like to have them at home in Bergen and traveling the world together with them and having this training environment together, I feel has been maybe, yeah, together with the coach I've had, the most important factor. Both under Olav and Arild, they've like educating us a lot on the training and also like taught us why we're doing the different sessions. So I think we just felt ready to put that together ourselves. Yeah, I do see a lot of the comments and read about it, and I listen to a lot of the podcasts where they talk about the races we have done, both the good and the bad stuff, and it doesn't hurt my feelings to read like negativities about that we are racing bad, but I feel I can read it from like a third person perspective, so I don't take it too personal, but it's more like from yeah, I can read it from the outside point of view. I don't get upset about it, but it's like gasoline to the bonfire of my own motivation, and I'm gonna prove them wrong. I do want to come back again to short course and showcase that I can run against the guys there. So I feel that was like something I failed on showcasing in that sort of project going back into Olympic distance. So I would love to do some short course racing again, and putting like a proper results together again. Because now the last time I won a short distance race, I think is the grand final in 2021. So it's like a long time ago. I think like the unique way we have been working is that we have always done like we have been open to test out new stuff, and we have gone to the training basically without any seat belts on in one way, simply because we had no history in the sport before we started, and we also were in a position where we had like no limit of what was wrong and right, so we had to sort of figure out our own pathway. And through the testing we've done and the learnings and failings have sort of given us more and more experience. And I think the best thing is like the fact that we do dare to try out new things, and then we are open for it, and then if it doesn't work we throw it away, and if it works we try to keep it and use it. I guess the constant experimentation comes from the fact that you need to sort of play a little bit like with what you're doing. Because if you're just doing the same things day in and day out, just like going in circles and then repeating yourself, I think you will sort of stagnate after a point, and also lose a little bit of that sort of the interest and sort of you will sort of fade off a little bit. So I think it's important to try out new stuff for the motivation, and that's also that is something I also felt was good when I went over to long course straight after the short course years, were that it was something new and something unknown, and I had to sort of be on my toes in order to on the forefront in order to do it right.